What's up, traders? Just going to get straight into it. First off, like, subscribe, hit the little notification bell, Discord link down in the description below. We're just going to jump right into this. Don't forget about the Friday night live stream tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern. Just going to do a recap. We're going to actually possibly look at the live trades tonight. It depends on kind of how it goes. But tonight I'm going to really focus on talking about my strategy. And we're finally through 100 trades. We're going to go look at the P&L results. We're going to look at everything as from the start to finish as far as getting into a trade, getting out of a trade, what's going on during a trade. We're going to talk about every single aspect of it and just kind of see how it's working. Is it something is there anything we want to change? Is there anything that we don't want to change? All that good stuff. So make sure you show up tonight when we talk about that. So we actually started the morning off pretty well here on BILI, otherwise known as Billy. And if you're in the Discord, we like to, do the, who is it? The movie where he goes. Is it the Cable Guy? Yeah, I think it's the Cable Guy with Jim Carrey. Yeah, maybe you can play that scene in your head. But anyways, pretty much top tick this. This was a pretty awesome trade. Pretty nice extension. 61.75. Got in 61.60. Put our take profit out there. Came down, hit us. Pretty much just textbook, right? Ended up going back up towards high of day. Didn't quite get there. Nope. Yeah, didn't quite get there, and then failed. So our next trade was on Workhorse. This one actually worked out pretty well. We had top ticked it in the moment, but we realized it was kind of forming support there. It wasn't quite giving us the full 50% move that we were looking for. Our take profit was lower. So we ended up taking off half of our position, looking to see if after it bounced, which we could feel it was about to bounce, reading the price action, if it wanted to go lower. As you can see, it tried, didn't quite get there, tried to let it do its thing, and it ended up going up and stopping us out at break even. Was a little frustrated in the moment because I was, my strategy says, once we take some off, we put the rest at break even, and it didn't quite get to high of day. As you can see, high of day was at 65. It got back up to 60 and rejected and started to come back down, but then ultimately went back up and, made me feel better. And as you can see, it actually tried to come down again, didn't quite get there, and now it's actually going back up to the highs again. So this ended up being a smaller trade, but it was a winner. Just unfortunate that we didn't get that sloppy seconds to dump over instead of going back up towards the highs. It just seems like what's been going on lately with everything kind of going back up to the highs. So on to the interesting trade of the day here in OSTK. Not only was it interesting, it was very frustrating. But as you can see, right off the daily, this is what we were looking at. There was a nice key support that was used here, and I was looking for that to be used as resistance during this move. And we ended up getting short. It decided to go a little bit higher, as you can see, 62.22, and it started to fail right here. And when it failed, we decided to add. But once we add, right, our strategy, if you've been following along, once we add, we're using high of day as our stop. And I'm not exactly sure. We could watch the live trade. I'm not exactly sure what the high of day was, but I remember getting some slippage. I want to say it was this 22 area. And I want to say the first trade was, that first one, 62.03. And we were trying to get it as it went back down through 62 because we felt like if it did, it was going to, make this drop right here. And we wanted to have our size and we wanted to get a nice little winner out of it. But instead, right after we got the ad, it came up and stopped us out, pretty much top ticked it. 62.37 was the fill. The high of the candle was 62.38. So that sucked. And immediately after it stopped us out, I noticed it was starting to reject. It went right back down to 62, gave us a little pop back up to like 62.15, and it started to stop there. And I said, okay, not letting it do that. We added back with a little bit more size than if we were to just start the position because I realized it was a fake out, but I was also risking high of day again. So when we hit the button, we immediately put our stop in at high of day, and it worked out. So we ended up taking 90% of our position here. And we were really looking for this to come back down and test this area here around that 60.50 area. But as you can see, it was pretty strong. Didn't want to do it. Came back up to our break even and stopped us out. So what happened here? This is the interesting part. So remember I said I put my stop in once we got short. Well, that stop, instead of getting rid of it after I covered my 90% down here and put it back in, the stop was still there. So what I did after it covered my 90%, I actually dragged this order down to my break even instead of canceling it and putting the new order in. So I actually had the share size from the original position as my stop. So when it covered for my stop, it actually overcovered and put me into a long position. And I realized it right away. I looked over at my position manager, and if you guys watched my previous DOS video that I just made, this is exactly why you have that positions screen up, because I looked over, I was like, wait, why? Okay. I immediately recognized what was going on. I was like, I'm long for some reason, don't know why, but I am. Fix the problem. So it actually immediately jumped up, and I was going to just sell it out, right? It was a mistake, but instead I realized I was green on it already, even though it was a mistake. So I immediately just put a stop in at break even, because the way this looked, right? How many times have we seen this where it'll do exactly this, curl back up, and it'll go high of day and run, right? So that was kind of what I was hoping. And looking at the daily, this thing has plenty of room to the upside. So I was like, all right, well, we'll keep the position. We'll put the stop at break even. And if it wants to run up through that 62.50 area, maybe up through 63, maybe this is one of those ones that grinds all day and we can just let it go, right? We can have a happy accident per se. And but unfortunately, you can see it came back down, stopped us out, and it was basically break even. We lost 16 cents on it because of the fill it gave us. But yeah, that was our trades today. It was very frustrating because I feel like if we didn't get stopped out here, if this would have just broke down when we added that first time and we got our filled there, we wouldn't have had any loss to make up on the second trade. And the fact that we top ticked it, and both OSTK and Workhorse decided to go back up and stop us out instead of rolling over. It was just another difficult day. We ended up green, which is good, 0.33 Q-ish or whatnot, but we could have easily have had a Q plus day today. And it's just frustrating when these kind of days happen, but we'll dive into more depth about it all tonight on the live stream. So again, make sure you show up. If not, like, subscribe, hit the little bell. Discord link down in the description below. We've been having a ton of fun in the Discord lately, so I recommend that you kind of come in there and listen and join and interact with us, because we've been really growing together, and it's becoming exactly what I envisioned, when I started this channel and the Discord itself. If I don't see you tonight, have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys Monday morning. Peace.